Hey, this is Jason with 4W Knives. Today's project, we're taking this expanded metal and we are going to turning it into a knife. Got this idea from an old YouTube channel I used to watch, Chandler Dickinson. He took some and did a San Mai. I'm going the route of a Canister Damascus. So I cleaned up this expanded metal the best that I could, put it in the canister, filled it with some powdered steel, made sure it was nice and tight, all the areas were filled in, and then we take it and heat it up and do the forge welding. The pattern comes out really cool. Not what I expected, but it does come out pretty neat. So hang around, see the end of it, see what happens when you take expanded metal and turn it into a knife. Appreciate you watching. I have done a lot of Canister Damascus since I started making knives. This will be the first time that I'm using this method of pressing it. JP's Blade Works, I watch a lot of his videos, and he always starts his off by squishing it downward instead of just side to side. I've had a lot of not cracking, kind of a spidery look on the edges, and I thought that might help. Now, I still end up having to remove a lot of material off of this, as you'll see, but I feel like I got a pretty solid weld. I don't know that I'm going to do it this way every time, just because doing this method, I don't get to use my little handles that I weld on, and it made it really difficult to do without it for me. I just don't have the tongs for it, don't feel like making tongs for it. So it just raised a little bit of the level of difficulty, made it harder to do. I follow these same steps, I think 3, maybe 4 times. I would press it down, then I would grind off any of the areas that were not very solid, and then I would press it down again, and I kept doing that until I finally got it down to a billet size that I could do a Gomai, San Mai construction following. I am only going to use about half of this billet. I'm going to save the other half, and I'm going to do a twist construction with it, or like a twist Damascus, and then do a San Mai with it. So I should have another video, maybe here in another month or so, about that. So I take these remaining pieces using the expanded metal billet for the outside, since it is mild steel, and I use some high carbon steel for the core. I didn't have any thick, so I just did 3 pieces and ended up, I think they were, maybe the middle was 1080 and the outsides were maybe a 80 CRV. So they had a slightly different edge to it whenever we get to the end result, but really you can't tell unless if you're looking for it. Alright, so as we get the final shape on this Skinner ground out, I wanted to take a minute and just thank everybody who has subscribed, who's given likes, made comments, watched the videos. I really appreciate it. I never really thought this YouTube adventure would keep going as long as it has, but I still enjoy it. It's fun for some reason. I just like it. That being said, we're at 935 or right there around. When we hit 1,000, we're going to do another giveaway video. I'm pretty sure this time I'm going to do 2 knives, a giveaway 2 knives. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Keep your eye out. If you have not subscribed, now would be a good time to do so. The quicker we get to that count, the quicker I'll do the giveaway. But regardless, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you stay tuned for this whole video. That really helps promote the video whenever people watch it from the beginning to the end. Alright, so back to actual knife making commentary. So at this point, all I'm doing is marking my center line for my edge and giving myself an idea on how high up my bevels need to be ground. I do 3 cycles or thermal cycles with this blade to try to keep it from warping later. Unfortunately, it didn't help. I got a fairly good warp that developed on this knife. I put it in the straightening jig. I did the tempering. I did a bunch of things that I generally do to try to prevent that or to try to straighten it back up. It did quite a bit, but I ended up having to grind more of the knife off after heat treat than what I really wanted to. So the knife comes out a little thinner. I don't think it hurts the integrity. I don't think it hurts the knife any. I think it still looks good. The bevels are pretty even. The edge is still centered, but it just added a little bit more work. So I'm contemplating from here on out, whenever I do a Sanmai or something like this that's got so many different steels involved, that I may go ahead and do my heat treat prior to the rough grind of the bevels. We'll see. I change my mind constantly on that kind of stuff, but I didn't like having to manipulate and change the knife as much as what I did. I did a video a little while back when I first used this gator piss, and I have to say, so far, every knife that I've etched, I have really liked this gator piss. Of course, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not big enough to get anybody's money. They don't care about me. But I'll tell you, I probably won't ever go back to ferric chloride as long as gator piss is an option. So take that for what it's worth. Here I'm just doing my handle work. Kind of like this handle material. I got it from Woodcraft in Oklahoma City, and man, it turned out pretty nice. All right, and here's the finished product. As I said, I really like this pattern. Come out kind of funky, kind of cool, a little different than what I expected, but all in all, I really like it. Hopefully you like it. Let me know what you think. Is it what you expected? I don't know. These canisters always surprise me. The handle come out good. I'm just pumped. I'm pumped. I'm excited about this one. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you catch the next one.